Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Next Generation Business Talk. My name is Alpha Freeman. I'm really happy to have you all this evening. As you can see, it's afternoon here in Frankfurt, Germany. My guest for today is no other one and the only. Yes, it's April, but I have Santa Claus with me here, guys. Santa decided to stop by and make sure, he gives us some words of wisdom in today's day in the business world and also to tell us what he's up to lately. All right. No need introductory. I've been a really, really good kid this year, Santa. So please help me out here.
Yes, yes, you are, and I got you on my nice list. So you're doing wonderfully. You're doing wonderfully.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate that.
And it's so good to be here with you, Alpha. And I'm looking forward to exploring these topics with you.
Most definitely. And I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy life just to make sure you stop by and just share some words of wisdoms and knowledge and encouragement to people all around the world. I understand it's not Christmas currently. We're currently in April, so the Easter Bunny already left here. What are some words you want to give to us, Santa, in regards to what you're up to right now as we speak?
Some words of wisdom right now, as far as Christmas shouldn't just be one day a year. Okay, Christmas
Right.
is a joyous time, and it's something we spread from inside. Okay, and it's something that we should not limit to one day a year. It should be something that we celebrate every single day with one another. And it's not just the gift giving. Christmas is the ultimate celebration of love. Okay, and love for one another. Okay, getting along with one another, and the joy of being with one another, the joy of sharing that love with one another. That's what Christmas is about.
Absolutely. And most importantly, not only the gift of giving, but also the understanding and the compassionate to know how it is like to be in other people's position. In today's day and age, it's very important for us to share that knowledge and wisdom with one another. And again, it's been a great honor and privilege to have you on the show today. Some of
Oh,
the some of the
it's an honor
questions.
to be here.
Thank you, thank you. Some of the questions that my audience member reached out to me, wanted me to ask you first and foremost. The kids wanted to know, what are you up to right now, Santa? Like, what's going on?
Santa, well, what am I up to? Well, Santa right now is trying. I'm trying to expand my my vocation from one day a year to every single day. So what I'm doing is I've set up Zoom sessions. I can set up Zoom sessions so that I can meet with everybody anytime. So how about hey Santa, hey, can you wish me can you wish my son a happy birthday? Oh, absolutely, happy birthday, Joey! Oh, you are such a wonderful boy. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Or a congratulatory video such as, oh, you did such a great job this week, Sam. Business is doing better because of you and the way you work and your work ethic. And Santa's very proud of you, you know. So Santa's visits are not just for kids. I mean, they can be with adults too, you know. Um, and so getting those messages out there, I think, is important because people need a pat on the back. Everyone needs a pat on the back, and everyone needs to be uplifted because there's so much in the world that's too negative. There's so much negativity in the world that we need to find that positivity and that love that I have to share with everyone, and to help negate the negativity.
Thank you, Santa. Thank you. You're an amazing man. And I wanted to know where my gift is. I understand this past December I didn't get anything from you, but nevertheless, you were able to stop by
Oh,
and
absolutely.
gave me some gifts here. As you can see, I had some.
I put some after realizing that my elves screwed up with the addresses and everything, we dropped those off to you so that some ideas, some
Right?
some specialty things for you to help you move along in your life and
Thank you.
in business.
Thank you so much. And I do appreciate that. I'm just gonna take a quick moment here just to open it up and see like where kind
Oh,
of gift
sure.
it got me. Let's see here. So I see the book The Richest Man in Babylon.
Oh, what a wonderful story. Yes. Yes. Oh,
Well,
that's
thank you
you
so
will
much.
get so much, you will gain so much knowledge from that book, just from the examples set forth.
Thank you, thank you. Definitely by George S. Carlson, The Richest Man in Babylon. And the other one I see in here, um, I see another book by David Goggins, Cannot Hurt Me.
No, you need to develop. Yes, you can't hurt. We do not want to ever feel hurt, and if we accept the hurt, we kind of retreat, and so we don't want to be able. We don't want that, and I guess like develop that alligator or rhinoceros skin in life.
Okay.
You have to be able to develop yourself internally to develop that, so so people can be it can be um oh, what's the word? People can be negative and or they can critique you, be critical without having to take it personally.
Definitely. And again, thanks so much for these books.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm sure that you will be gaining so much knowledge from them.
Knowledge and wisdom, and the fact that I even have you on the show today, in April is an amazing feeling. But most
Oh
importantly,
yeah.
it's a great to know the knowledge and wisdom that's currently going on. Please
Yes.
give a brief rundown right now in regards to some of the things that you're currently doing outside of the Santa role, just currently as in a business world or some projects
In
that you have.
the business world, sure. What I have been doing, well, for at least the past decade and a half, I have been using my voice in voiceover work. I've done lots and lots of commercials, and web videos and things like that. I lend my voice to help creative producers and web designers and stuff like that, and e-learning development companies with training videos and stuff to get their product out there in the most efficient way, and with my using my voice to help it become more credible in what they have to offer. As an example, some of the people that I've worked with at Assa Abloy. Okay, they are the lock manufacturing ownership. They own all the lock companies in the world. So any door that you go in and out of and it has a lock on it, it's owned by Assa Abloy.
Wow.
Um, I've done stuff. I've done stuff for Kia. I've done stuff for BMW. Lending Tree and Sleep Number, just to name a few, and of some of the things that I've done. I even promo work, TV promo work for CBS in Singapore. I would introduce the TV shows that would be coming up. When Sherlock was on TV, and Frasier. They had the reruns of Frasier and America's Got Talent, or Britain's Got Talent, America's Got Talent. Let's see, what are some of the other things? What's the name of the company? There was a House of Cards.
Right.
Oh yeah, House of Cards. And when they tried to redo The Odd Couple, I just watching that, I knew it was going to be a flop. But anyway, I was I got to see stuff ahead of time before they even made their debuts here in the States, because I guess they would do them earlier in Singapore. And so I would see a lot of stuff, Under the Dome. I'm just rattling off names that I can think of. um Love Island. There was a bunch of stuff that I did, and that I did intros for, and it was great. It was so much fun.
I bet. What's like the one project that you did had to be like the wild moment, like, oh my God, this is amazing doing like being a voiceover, even working with this project in general.
Well, one of I've had several instances, but the one that sticks out in my mind the most was one of the things that I liked. I love working within the medical field. I did a medical narration, okay,
Okay.
for a company that developed and produces heart valves, for heart valve replacements. And I did a training video as to how to do a heart valve replacement and basically it was like a training session. So the people would use a pig's heart. Okay. So they would get the tools. So I was a walkthrough from everything. Okay. Now you have your tray in front of you. Take this, put this to the left, put this to the right. Now take the knife and open this bag here, take the part out, put this over here, and then make this incision, make this incision, make that incision. Okay, now take the part, put it in, and bling, you're done. And it's like, wow, when I was done with that, it's like, oh, I could be a heart surgeon.
Right.
It was so simple. I was like, wow. Who needs medical school?
That's so true. A man with so many gifts and so many talents. Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, you're very
Getting
welcome.
back here though, can you give us a quick sample of one of your voiceovers? Just a quick about
Um,
anything.
anything, let me see if I can come up with if I find a recent script that I've just done. Bear with
Or
me
recent
one
script,
second
give us
here.
an idea of what we're working with.
Yeah. Oh, here's something that I did for a friend of mine. And she has a where did it go? Okay. Where did this where did the uh okay. She has a company called Connect Love Share, and this is something that I did for her. A meditation.
All
Okay.
right.
So this is a sample of what I did.
Sample. Take one. Let's go.
Take one. Using this short visualization, take a well-deserved break and beach vacation. Use this mind vacation to relieve stress and create a calm and peace that will follow you through the day. Let's begin by finding a comfortable place to relax without distraction. Choose a position that is comfortable for you, either a chair, on the floor, or laying down. Pause this audio and find your comfortable place. When you're ready, close your eyes and take a nice, slow, deep breath. In, 1, 2, 3, and out. Again, take a nice, slow, deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, and out. Letting go of any tension you may be holding in your body. Let any heaviness pass through you into whatever you're laying or sitting on and become free of it. Now, one more time, take a nice, slow, deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, and out. So that's kind of a meditation thing that I did for her, and it's up on her.
I almost
Yeah.
fall asleep there. That was amazing. That was amazing. It was definitely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Uh, yeah, and it's so much fun doing that kind of stuff as well, meditation stuff, and just to help people relax and
Right.
help to come to grips with the stressful world that we live in.
And most definitely, but just to hear your voice, it just resonates itself. You can see and understand, man. It's
And
soothing.
that's
And I think that's something that's needed in today's day and age with so much stuff that's going on.
oh, absolutely, and to know that if I can touch you like that, that knows that I'm in the right zone. And as long as I can, if I can touch someone like that with my voice, then I know that I'm right there. I know what it is, and it's like there was several. I watched The Voice, and one of they were just talking with they had their mega coach Reba McEntire was on this week, and she was saying to the singers who were getting ready to go into the knockouts or whatever. I mean, these are really really good performers. And she says, if you can reach out with your voice and touch me, bring a tear to my eye, change my emotions or whatever, you're doing a good job.
Hmm.
And so, and I know that if I can do that, I know I'm doing a good job.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think your voice itself has that gift within itself, and being able to
And
reach.
and that's exactly it. It's a gift from God, and to share it with the world in the best way that I know how. There is nothing more joyous in my life than knowing that I can do that.
Right.
You
And
know,
that's one of the please and pleasure that gives you an everyday why in regards to what you do, the things you do, and why you do
yeah,
it.
exactly. And that's and that in using the talent in that manner, knowing that it's a gift, and sharing that gift like I do as Santa, share all the gifts, and
Santa is
sharing
so
this gift with the
talented.
world. I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
Absolutely. Since we're in the topic of giving and gift, what does it mean to you, you know, to be able to give back, whether it's through your voice or through, your heart,
Well,
just anything in general.
yeah. Well, well, basically, being able to give back, it's not so much being able to. It's a gift that we all have, is to
Mhm.
give one another. Okay, and it's a matter of understanding that this is a gift and that you have to share this with others. Because one of the things that I like to reflect upon is one of the quotes from the Bible is that everybody has a spark within them. Okay.
Mhm.
And that spark needs to shine. And in shining that light that you have inside of you, um, you're sharing yourself, and you're sharing and you're giving of yourself, no matter what it is that you do, or how you're getting along and what you're doing with others. If it's a smile, okay, if it's a
Right.
hello to a stranger, because strangers are just friends we haven't met yet, you
Absolutely.
know and we all have that gift, that spark that's inside of us, in our soul, that is supposed to shine outwards. I mean, if in the Bible it says, if you have a lamp, you don't put it under a bushel. And that's
Mhm.
what we do when we hide our emotions and we hide from ourselves and we pull back from the world and everything else. We don't share with anybody. We don't talk to anybody. You're putting that light, that lamp that you have within you, under a bushel, and it
Right.
does no one any good. It
That's
does
true.
no one any good. And even everybody needs to share that light. And if someone is very negative, it means their light is being is being blocked. They're not understanding that this light is crucial to who we are and what we are. And if you are doing bad things, on my naughty list, you are you're not using your light in the appropriate manner.
Absolutely. Well said. Absolutely. And it's important to understand that each and every one of us have that inner gift within us. Some of us
Yes.
know it, and some of us don't know it. Now, for the
Right.
people who know what their gift is, what advice do you give to them in order for them to tap into that, that inner spirit or whatever it
You
is?
take that, yeah. Well, you find out what it is. Okay. Well, if you know that you have a gift, and
Mm,
you need to examine it, okay, and you need to figure out how you can share it with the world in the best manner possible. It may take some time,
right.
okay. It may take some struggle, but you will and can share that with the world. We all have gifts, and it's a matter of doing, you know, self-reflection. Okay. Self reflection is very, very important.
Mm,
We need that time to understand who we are.
true.
Okay. And come to grips with who we are. Um, and we need to embrace what it is that we have, as when we come to understand who we are, and not deny it. Okay. What we are is, and it's all positive, and it's all positive. You don't embrace the stuff that's negative, and you can find the stuff. I mean, because that's, you watch the movies and that's what the villains do. Oh, I'm a bad guy, so I'm going to embrace that. No,
Right.
that's Hollywood. That's Hollywood. Okay, we all have good within us. We are all good, because we're all gifts of the creator God. We are a gift to the world that he brought here. And he brought us into this world to
Mhm.
share with one another. I mean, he knows everything about us and what we do and what we don't do. Okay, and he knows that we can share that we need to share that gift that he gave us to help change the life of someone else, because that's what we're here for. We're here for each other. We're not here for ourselves. This is not a one-way road, a one-soul world.
Mhm.
We're here to reach out and touch someone. If it's one person, Smile at that person that you're walking by in the road, because you'll never know what would happen. I had an experience once. I was going for a walk along shoreside boardwalk. Okay. And I was reflecting and meditating. And a gentleman was walking by, and I said, "Hi, how are you?" And he goes, "Oh, such a miserable day. And, oh, I'm so miserable." I said, "Well, I tell you what, don't give up. You
Mm.
can get through this. You're strong. You can get through this." And he came back to me an hour later, and he said, "You are a gift from God," because I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that because it turned my whole morning around by just 2 words. You can do this. You can get through it, and you're strong. And that's all I did. But it struck a chord within him, and it made his day for the rest of the day, and hopefully the rest of the week as well.
That's amazing. And the reason why I would say that is because a lot of times, we tend to walk down the street and we see somebody with their face down or frowning, or it's just, oh man, the sun is not out today. It's cloudy with this chance of meatball. Things are not
Yeah,
going right. Oh man, I'm late for work. All this outside energy and things like that is happening to
yeah,
us.
we
Doing
yeah.
our
Well, exactly. And we lose focus on what's going on, and we get focused on ourselves, and the woe is me. And all it takes is just someone say, "Well, have a nice day. Well, I hope your day is great." Or, "Hi, how are you today?" It's just a smile. Just know that things are going to be okay, no matter how. And sometimes the sun will shine through on that cloud that they have over their head,
true.
and and that's all it takes is someone else to care. Sometimes people are so wound up in themselves that they don't realize that there's other people out there that care, that really care. And when we do smile and we do say hello, don't do it in a hollow manner. Do it
Right.
use your spark. Use your spark, and that genuine that yeah, the genuineness of yourself comes out in the spark, and let yourself share yourself. Don't be afraid.
Hmm.
It might be scary, but
Right.
you know what? You never know what's going to happen. You could touch someone in a way that, hey, what the heck? There was a story of that I read. Donald Trump was riding his limousine down in New York, and he got a flat tire.
Hmm.
And some guy pulled over and said, "Hey, let me help you out. You got a flat tire in his limousine. So hey, let me help you." And it was bad weather. I don't know whether it was snowing or rain or sleet or something like that. So the guy got out, changed the tire on his limo, and said, take care," like that. And the Donald at the time, he was just the Donald, and he got the guy's license plate. Next day, or within 2 days, the guy got a notification that his mortgage was paid off from the
Wow.
Donald. Yeah, it's like you never know what happens if you reach out and try to help somebody, or just a smile. you know so he
You
so it was like so it's like, wow, you never know. You never know.
never know. It's true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. Because sometimes, we all have that gift within us, and you just never know who's walking within you, or it's just a walking angel, like all of us are.
Right. And you never know. You could be me, you could be walking by an angel, because they're here with us, among us, and walking by and stuff. And just say, "Hi, how are you? Hello, have a great day." That's all it takes. Just that, and with a smile. Just keep shining. Just shine, shine, shine.
That's amazing. What do you have for the person currently that's listening, that's just going through some hard times? And it's
Mm,
like, you know what? It's easier said than done, you
of
know?
course, it's always easier said than done. The road that's paved before us, okay, is not gold yet. That's in the next life. We have our ups and downs. We have our rocks. You have to just be careful, so you don't trip and fall down. And if you do trip and fall down, you pick yourself up and you dust yourself off. If you're going through a hard time right now, okay, you need to look at what's going on.
Mm.
Where is it that you want to go? Refocus. And in the words of Winston Churchill, never, ever, ever give up. You got to be persistent. You know, it's hard. Gosh, it's hard. You know, we're only human, and we make mistakes, and
Yes.
we admit to our mistakes, you know, grab, acknowledge the mistakes that we make, take ownership of the mistakes that we make, and we try not to make them again. You know, if you're having a hard time right now, this is time for self-reflection. Take some time and meditate, and just try to find a center for yourself. Meditate and try to on positivity. Okay, if you I don't if pray. Okay, I'm going to speak to you as if you're a practicing Christian. Okay, and if you're not a practicing Christian, then what you do is just find something peaceful that you can focus on. Find that peace and bring it within you. Okay, find peace, bring it within you, and focus on that within you. And that way, when you focus on that within you, you can ignite it and set yourself on fire again. It's not going to happen overnight. It may, it may not, but we need to refocus our energies on the positive instead of the negative. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube that you can listen to with vibrational stuff that you can help change your vibration, because you're in a lower vibration when you're not feeling good. There's a guy by the name of Bob Proctor who I love, God rest his soul. He was a brilliant man. For like 60 years he preached, or 40, 50 years he preached about how we are all we are energy, and we are energetic beings living in physical bodies. Okay, everything is energy. And you can find his videos on YouTube, Bob Proctor, Proctor, and listen to what he has to say. He's a brilliant man. Brilliant man. I mean, I took several of his courses online when he offered them for free, and I took notebooks like this of notes, okay, on what he was teaching and how we can change our lives. Everything that we do we are habitual creatures. Everything that we do is out of habit, and what we need to do is we need to find something and place it in our heads, and then from our head, that change, take it from our head, bring it to our heart, focus on it in our heart, that change, and then the change will take place. Okay, it goes from a thought, which is energy, to our heart, which is still energy but magnifying it, and then into action. And then once that happens, that energy around you will change, and you can lift and elevate yourself and pick yourself up and feel like $1,000,000 all over again. And it's just so much stuff that you can do to help yourself. And it all starts with acknowledging that there's a problem, and then wanting to change what that problem is. It's like an addict.
Right.
Whether it's alcohol or cigarettes or whatever, you have to acknowledge the problem,
Right.
and then acknowledge the fact, and then agree upon, resolve with yourself a want to change. If you don't, you can talk to your blue in the face. Unless you make that commitment to make the change, it's not going to happen. So we take that, and we take that want for change, and we turn that energy into a change in our head, and that change gets to our heart, and then the action will take place, and we can make so much happen. We're miraculous creatures, miraculous beings that we are. God created us, and God don't make junk. We are miraculous, and we can make any change that we want if we put our heads and our hearts into whatever it is that we do or want. It can happen, no matter what it is.
Anything is possible, no matter what it is.
Absolutely, anything is possible.
You can think it, you can live it.
Exactly.
And I think that's a really great quote that I've learned over the years myself. That understanding the fact that throughout life there's going to be some ups and downs, and especially when you embark on a journey. Any journey that starts off in the beginning as being easy, it's not a journey. it's just a long-term vacation.
Exactly.
And by being hard, that's where you're able to develop the perseverance, the strength, the mental health, all that's needed to keep moving forward in life. Because this thing called life, we all going through it, and
Yep.
it's not easy. But nevertheless,
Absolutely.
never give up. Never, never give up.
That's right. Never, ever, ever give up.
What are some things that you currently or do you do on a regular basis to help uplift your spirit? Because
Oh,
sometimes it's tough just to maintain that, that positive energy, that positive vibe.
yeah, yeah. Even Santa stumbles, and then when I stumble and I fall into my little mud pit and wallow in there for a couple of for a little bit, and then I get up, I pick myself up, wash myself off, and then I say, okay, what am I doing wrong? What did I do? Okay, so where am I going to go? So I need to refocus. I refocus. I set a goal. Here's my goal. This is what then I look at what do I need to do to reach that goal, and then move forward. And I do the steps, take the steps in order to move forward to reach that goal. And once you reach that goal, set another goal. Never stop growing, and never stop learning. Never stop. Never.
We just say now for the person who wakes up in the morning and is just having a hard time getting out of bed, and say, man, it's a Monday morning, or it's, oh man, I can't wait for it to be Friday. Oh man, another day. It's just, they're just dragging through life, man. It's just saying, I'm trying here, man. I'm trying. I need help. What can I do?
Okay. So you need help. What do you need help with? What are you trying to do? You're miserable for a reason. You're waking up tired. You're not sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking care of yourself? You have to do some self-reflection here. What am I doing? Am I giving myself the 8 hours of sleep that I need? I know it's Monday and you're miserable about what it is that you're doing, and I can't wait for Friday to be here. Oh God, I was in that boat for years. Is it going to show up at work? Is it Friday yet? And on Monday morning, and then it's just a matter of refocusing on what it is that you want to make every day Friday. Okay, make every day have a weekend 7 days long. What does that look like for you? What is it that you want? And that's where the self-reflection takes place. And then once you see what's your goal, okay, how do you get there? This is where you need the help, and talk to someone. You know, hey, reach out to me. I'll help you. Um, what is it that you want?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is it that you're looking for? All right, you're feeling miserable. What is it that you're feeling miserable about? And these are the questions you have to ask yourself. The who, what, why, where, when, why, and how. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Okay. The answer. Who's is there a problem here? Okay. What is the problem?
Right.
How what, who, what, where, when, where, what are we going? Where are we going with this? Where am I going right now? Nowhere. You hitting your head against the wall. All right. Stop hitting your head against the wall.
Absolutely.
Start focusing on, the wall's here. Okay, but there's no wall over here. There's no wall on the other side of that. Okay, so
Right.
focus on the other side of the wall where there's no wall. Okay, where the opening is. Why? What's your why? Why do you want to do all this? Why are you going through? Why are you working? What is it that you want? That's if we start with why I want to do this. Okay, here's your goal. Why is it your goal? Why do you want to get there? Okay. Is it because of peace and happiness? Is it financial? Okay. So then we have to look at how am I going to achieve that peace? What am I going to do? What do I need to do to get there? Okay. How can I get there? Where are the resources for me to go? And you seek out other people. You seek out each other. Again, it's not, you're not alone in this world. You're
Absolutely.
not alone. We are not solitary people. We are a family. We are all God's family. Okay.
Right.
This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm saying. When I started before, we're all one big family, and we are not alone. If you isolate yourself, you will be alone and you will not know what to do. I know some people can do that, but it's not fulfilling.
It's
They're
not.
not truly, totally fulfilled until you share. I mean, that's why people get married. I'm not fulfilled unless I'm with someone. Okay. And I get married and I have a kid. I get married, I have my partner, and I'm fulfilled. Then we have babies, even more fulfilled, because now you have more to share. Okay. And more to teach. And then, there's a saying, teachers, people who teach learn twice. Okay. So when you're teaching stuff, you're also learning from other people. You're learning from the feedback that you're getting from your pupils or from other people and everything else. Like from you. I'm learning from you as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's basically what it boils down to, you know. We are all a family. We are all one unit of God's creation. Okay, individual, and we have to connect with one another. So we connect with one another, and you'll see that once that connection is made, there's something, give and takes. Hey, I can help you with this. Oh, great, I can help you with that. And there's and life is what it's all about: give and take. You can't give and take by yourself.
That's true.
You can't give and take by yourself. And that's why we're here. We're sharing. You and I are here. We're sharing with others.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the fact that we're on this topic right now as we speak, I want to understand, what is your everyday why, in regards to why you do the things you do.
Why do I do the things that I do? Well, because my why is I love helping people. I love people and I love helping people, and I try to do it. I try to help everyone every which way that I can. If I bring a smile to someone's face, as Santa, then I'm happy. I do it because of the sheer joy. When I do voiceover work, I just, sharing my gift is a sheer joy. I do it for that reason. The sheer joy of fulfilling my gifts and using these talents that I have, with kids, with adults, or whatever. If I can help, as Santa a couple of years, not this past Christmas, Christmas before, I helped a guy, propose to his girlfriend. I met them at a restaurant, and we had a little script he wanted me to follow. And here, we do this, we do that, whatever. And then, and because she loves Santa and he loves Santa, everybody loves Santa, and he got, she was focused on me. He stood behind me. It was kind of I blocked him. And he was, she was like, okay. And I said, well, focus right here on the gift. This is the gift. She opened up the box, and there was a little thing. Well, actually, he was standing behind her. I was focusing. I got that a little bit wrong. He was standing behind her, but her focus was on me. And so she opened the box and says, turn around. And I said, yeah, turn around. And so she turned around, and there he was on one knee with a ring in his hand. And he said, will you marry me? And she said, yes. And the entire restaurant just erupted with joy, and that was just so much fun. So if there's anybody out there that wants that, and I'm here in the St. Augustine area of Florida while I'm on vacation, recuperating from that heavy job that I did in December, give me a call. Reach out to me. I would love to help you do that. That is just so much fun. The joy, again, it's all about bringing joy to others.
Absolutely. Santa can help you propose, tie a knot, you name it. It's just that gift of giving, the voice itself. It's a blessing, and it just resonates each and every day. Santa, you're such a talented man. But nevertheless, the wisdom and knowledge that you share with us today it's amazing. Can you share some books that you're currently reading, or some intakes in business?
Well, the books that I have, but some of the books that I base everything off of are, here's one right here. Whoop, where'd it go? There it is. Leo Buscaglia, Loving Each Other. Okay. The challenge of human relationships. Okay. That's a key. Okay. That's a key for the basis of being human. Love and loving one another. As far as business goes, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. Also, also How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And then, what is this? Who I forget who writes this. Who I always forget this guy's name. Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich. Okay. Absolutely. These are the books that I start as a basis. Okay. Think and Grow Rich. Like I said, it's all in your head. If you can make it happen here, you can make it and get it to here, you can make it happen out there. All right. And then the road less traveled. Okay. uh
Was that
Values and spiritual growth and stuff. It's really a wonderful book about the road less traveled, because it's dealing with others and developing relationships through love and spiritual growth. I mean, because again, we are all spiritual beings in physical bodies, and acknowledging and knowing what that is, igniting that spark that we all have, and sharing that light of that spark with the world.
out of the books you just named out, which one has helped you the most over the
Oh,
years?
I can't. I would say it's a tie between loving each other and the road less traveled, because it's all about a spiritual journey. This life is a spiritual journey, and taking that information, and taking that spirituality and that love, because the love of God coming and shining through each one of us, and sharing it with one another, and sharing that love. And love is the key to all things. you
Mm,
know Life is about love, the love that God gave us, that created us out of love, to share love with one another.
right. I
you
think
know
that's an amazing way to see life in a different light, because
yes.
if you love yourself enough, you can also love the people around you, love others.
Right. And you can't love anyone until you start to learn to love yourself.
Exactly.
And that's where a lot of that self-reflection comes into play. It's like, okay, who am I? What am I doing? What's going on here? Who am I? Embrace who you are. And you can if you once you embrace who you are, and accept and embrace and love who that person is that's inside of you, then you will have started that spark. You'll have reignited that spark. And once we can get that, through the help of others and education, either reading books or whatever, reaching out to others and being with other people, that spark will grow into a flame. And that flame is what we need to help make the world go round, because it's a dark world out there, and we all need to be the light to shine in the darkness.
It's true, especially this past year with the COVID pandemic that happened.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean that whole thing was just it was done back asswards. Instead of isolating one another, that just created more darkness. you know we should have been able to move forward, and continue to be supportive of one another, instead of isolating. Isolation does nothing more than separate us. And what we are connected. We are all connected. And when that connection's broken, the darkness can set in. And we don't want that. We need to keep the light going in the world.
that's true. That is true. And thank you for sharing that with us, Anna.
Oh,
Um,
you're very welcome.
I think there's some people who need to hear something like that. Um,
Yes.
every once in a while, especially when you're alone or you're somewhere trying to get from point A to point B and you're growing, you're building, you feel alone, but
Yeah.
you're not really alone,
You're never alone. Never alone.
and that journey itself, it's a lonely journey, but sometimes you just have to tap into the people around you, just open up and share that love that's gonna come from within. And that starts
Exactly. It has to start from within. Yes.
and that starts by just loving yourself and loving the process and loving the things that you're doing, loving the whole this thing called life.
Yes.
And it's just something that we all need to understand that we have a gift within us, and that gift can never be, broken, nor can it be dimmed. It needs to be
Right.
it needs to be put out there and as a light for other people, because
Yes.
your light can be the shining star for someone else's life. And it's just like
Yes.
when you pick one person up, you pick the next person up. Nevertheless, we're gonna fall down, and we all need somebody to help us
We
up.
all are. Yeah. And we're there for one another. We should always be there for one another, always looking out for someone else to help them out, because we're, that's what we do. That's what we're here for, to help one another and to, help people move through life, because
Exactly.
it's not an easy journey,
No,
and when, and I think about this, when Jesus sent his disciples out, he sent them out in pairs. He didn't send them out individually. He sent them out in pairs so they could support one another, and that's where we are. I mean, that's why we need to be, we don't need to be alone. Being alone is what causes a lot of problems, you know?
that is so true because it's something that I've just learned myself recently, especially in the business world, in regards to the competition, but also in regards to the creation.
Right.
You're creating things. You want to be in business for creating and being that service, rendering that service back. And that starts by giving. That starts by not only understanding people's needs and wants, but also catering to their love, their inside, and from
Hmm.
within. And that's something
Exactly.
that all gravitates towards life. If you see some of the
Right.
most successful people in what they do, yourself included,
Hmm.
Santa, you
Yeah.
resonate with the words of giving, the words of understanding, the wisdom of understanding that it takes time and that you need that support system around you that can help you get from point A to point B because you cannot do
Yeah.
it by yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. And while you're in that point, you just mentioned something there about creativity. We're all creative. We're all creative people because God's a creator. So are we. Were created in His image. So we're all creators. We all have that creativity within us. And then while we're there, I just had this thought run through my head: is that when you're alone and you're doing that self-reflection, it's like a seed that's been planted. Okay.
Mm.
It doesn't grow into a plant overnight.
Right.
It sits and it germinates in the ground. And that's the point where we are doing the self-reflection. And that's where we, for those of us, like for me, for instance, that's where my faith comes in. What is my faith like?
Mm.
And I ask people that I know, and it's like, okay, so if I'm planting myself down here, what kind of soil do I need? What kind of soil do I have? My
Right.
faith is my soil. Is it rocks? No, because my roots won't take to rocks. Is it sand? Well, the first water or the first heavy rain that will come through will wash it all away. Okay. Am I in the soil? Am I in the soil? Am I in the furtive soil? The furtive soil is that faith and understanding and building and re-educating ourselves, because sometimes we forget where we are. And then that reaffirmment of that, the ferment, the firmament that we have, that we're planting ourselves in, we have that, and we gain the nutrition from the soil of our faith, studying whatever it is that we're studying in our faith to create that faith, so that
Mm.
our roots can go and go deeper and deeper. And the stronger the deeper the roots go, the stronger that plant is going to be. We're all trees, and
Right. Mm.
every tree has a taproot. That's the one that goes the deepest into the ground. Okay. And then we have a root ball that goes around us. Okay. A ball of roots. And those are the other things that we do in our life. And then as we grow up and into the air, we're shining our light, and we're accepting the light of others, and we are sharing that back, the energy, through what we're doing. And then we can share ourselves in the world, and in a moment of strength, because we have got that taproot that's going. Nothing can knock us over if that's a deep taproot. And that's basically like our faith and our foundation as to who we are and where we are.
Mm. Amazing. And it's also that saying, I remember in high school, my principal used to always say, know where you come from, be who you are, and find the strength to move the world. And that strength,
Exactly.
you know,
And that strength comes from within. And that's knowing who you are and where you're going and what your foundation is. The stronger your foundation, the stronger you can be.
so it's like saying you embark on a journey, right?
Mm.
Well, let's say, for example, you're building a house.
Yes,
In order for the house to be stable, it needs to have a strong foundation. Now, this is how
exactly.
it works oftentimes it's just like you will never see the process being done because the foundation is what takes. It's hidden. All those barbed wires being um, connected together, concrete being poured over it, everything. It's a hard, painstaking work. But nevertheless, if it's done the right way, it can hold a building. It can be the tallest building in the world, like in Dubai, the Burj Khalifa.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, and it's all based on the foundation. You don't want to you don't want a foundation built on sand. You don't want a foundation built on rocks because it's not stable. You know, you want the most solid foundation that you can create for yourself, and in doing that, you will give yourself the greatest head start to becoming the strongest and healthiest person that you can be.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's amazing because sometimes we're so quick in today's world that we want things to be done quick. I want to get it done.
Yes.
I want to get that. I don't want to wait. I just want to get
Yes.
out of the way, because
Yeah, exactly.
quick, 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 quick. But never the time nor the process to understand and honor the journey and laying that foundation. Because again, if you're so quick trying to get from point A to point B, you're so focused on the result rather than the process itself. Nevertheless, you're never gonna get what you want. You're gonna get it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And there's that old adage, Rome wasn't built in a day. And you think about it, if you do some research and stuff, you'll find out that the concrete that the Romans used during the time of their reign is stronger than the concrete that we use today. And they're just discovering what that actual formula is. So you think about that, 2,000 years ago, Rome was built, okay? And all that concrete is standing sturdier than the stuff we use today. So Rome wasn't built in a day, but in that building, the time that it was built, it has stayed. It has stayed. The tides of time and everything else. You think about that. It's like, wow, all this time, and it's still there. The Colosseum is still there, and not necessarily one piece, but all the flooring and stuff like that is gone. But the outside of it, the supports and everything else is still there 2,000 years later. And a lot of the road work and a lot of the workings that they made, using that special blend of concrete, it didn't happen overnight, but look what they did in taking their time and doing it right. 2,000 years later, it's still stronger than ever.
Wow.
And that's what we need to do with ourselves, so that we'll be known 1,000 years from now for what we did and what we leaving that mark on this world. That's one of my goals, to leave a mark on this world that people will talk about centuries to come.
That's true. That's true. And it's something that I think, it's something that a lot of people need to reflect back on and understand that it's going to take some time, and that time is very important for you to honor. It's something that you just can't rush it. It's not
exactly
going to happen when it's to happen. You just
right.
have to be patient with it. Human beings, we all been there. We all done that. I'm not perfect at all. I'm guilty 100% myself included here.
Oh, absolutely, as well. Yes, I am as well. I'm not perfect. Only one perfect man ever walked the face of this earth.
Exactly.
And so I'll never say that I am perfect. I'll exaggerate every once in a while. I'll say, yeah, I'm perfect. Yeah, I'll help you. I know what I'm doing. But I perfect. Yeah, that's me. Just look. Under P in the dictionary. Perfect. There's my face. Anyway.
That's true. Senator, people want to know, how did you get into the senator character? How did you got into that role?
How did I become Santa? Well, I was in my house. I heard a cluttering on the roof, and someone fell down. I got there. I looked outside, and there was a suit. And I said, "Oh, this is he who puts this on becomes Santa." But anyway, no, no, that's a movie. Anyway,
Going to be
Santa has yeah, oh yeah. Well, Santa has always been inside me. Santa's in every one of us, honestly. The Santa is in every single one of us, and it's just a matter of letting him loose. That I 2006, my sister-in-law had me don the Santa suit for the first time. She had a bookstore and she wanted Father Christmas to be there for the Christmas week sales and stuff. So on a Saturday, I went outside in the cold of the New England cold in a Santa's in Father Christmas robe and said, "Hey, come on to the bookstore. There's a lot of Christmas books for sale, and people getting their picture taken with Father Christmas." And I was like, this is a lot of fun. This could be fun. And I guess that kind of laid the foundation for what was to come later on. I was asked by my church group the other Knights of Columbus, who were putting on a Christmas party to be Santa. I had the right shape and and I had the beard for it and everything. So they said, yeah, come on over. And so they gave me this suit to put on, and it was a suit donated by the fire department. And it looked and smelled like it'd been through a few fires. But I made the best of it. And because of my joy and love of kids, I made the best of it. And that's not just the kids, but everybody. Once I put the suit on, it's like a different personality comes out, almost like The Mask. The movie The Mask. He puts the mask on, all of a sudden he's this different person. But anyways, it's the suit. And so this person who just loves everybody and is just there to, happy and joyous and jovial, and just, everything is fantastic, and the way love should be. And it helps me to get that out. And so the next year, I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this again next year, I need a good suit. So I bought a cheap suit, and it looked a lot better than what I had the year before. But it was great. And we had some fun with that. And then a friend of mine gave me another suit. And then I and that I went out and I did other things, like, in Connecticut, we had, there's a steam train in Essex, Connecticut, and that steam train would have Christmas, with Santa on the train. And there were 4 of these old-fashioned rail cars, passenger cars, and they were just jam-packed with kids and families and stuff. So Santa would come in and he would make his debut, and the kids would go crazy. Everybody gets their picture taken, up and down. You go down the tracks one way, get off, come back the tracks the other way, and that's the end of your shift. But it took about 4 hours to do all of that. But it was a very joyful 4 hours on the train, and it was really cool because I love trains too. Santa loves trains. But anyway, and then I got a really, really nice suit. Spent some money, and then this past year, I had a suit specially made. It came out really, really nice. And 3 years ago, I moved. We've got a house here in Florida. We moved down here 3 years ago. We now have a place, Mrs. Claus and I. And last year, I made a connection with a photographer, and she just makes it even more spectacular with the kids, to capturing all that magic on film. And yeah, and then with the new suit, it was even more magical, and it was, it's the beauty of the magic of making Santa a reality for these kids. Santa is real, because Santa isn't, like I said, Santa's in every single one of us, so he's real. Okay. I don't want to hear anybody say there's no such thing as Santa Claus, because Santa, the ideal, the way Santa acts and everything is inside each and every single one of us. The jovialness, the happiness, the love, the joy, holding ourselves accountable, good list, nice, nice list, naughty list, and everybody has that. Everybody has that. And trying to guide kids, people, friends, no matter what age they are, because there's my moniker. Well, one of the things that I say is I work with kids from 1 to 92. I treat the 92-year-olds like kids too, and help ignite that spark within them, that childlike spark that everyone has. And when Santa comes around, even those 92-year-olds, they get all bubbly and giggly and all kinds of fun stuff like that. And it's great. It's great. And that's one of the things why I do it, to bring all that out in people.
That's amazing. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie? I'd have to say Miracle on 34th Street, the original black and white, the original black and white, because they did a disservice to it when they remade it and then remade it again. Yeah, it was a big disservice to the original. But and then there's the one that I say I look my best in is the Christmas Chronicles, where Kurt Russell plays Santa Claus. I told the kids, I look my best in this movie, and then
What about, I want to know, who's your favorite reindeer?
Oh, I don't have a favorite. I keep them all. No, I just, there is, they all have their own specialties, Donder and Blitzen, they're the powerhouses. Comet and Vixen, they've got the speed. Cupid and oh god, why can't I remember all the names? Comet, Cupid, but they all have their own specialty skills. Just like everyone has specialty skills. My reindeer have specialty skills and help me get my help me get the sleigh to wherever it is that I need to go. Through that time portal, and we go everywhere around the world. And they're exhausted by the end of the night, and just like I am. And they're right now rejoicing and prancing around at the North Pole, having fun, and waiting and building themselves up for the big day.
Absolutely. I need to know, because I did see you in the movie The Polar Express, which is my favorite Christmas movie. Is there any trains around that kids can hop on and see you in the Polar Express?
I'm not sure where I live. If anybody does that, I need to do some more exploration. But in Connecticut, there's the Essex steam train in Connecticut, and I'm sure there's steam train rides throughout the country with Santa. And I would check into those localities where people may have them. I mean, I'm sure, like in South Central Illinois and some of the smaller towns where there's huge train depots and stuff like that, there's got to be something that they're doing. Check what the local train enthusiasts to find out who has what when. But I know in Connecticut, there's the Essex steam train for sure. In Florida here, not sure. I'm still doing my homework to find that where that is.
Absolutely. And I need to know, and because I think people are thinking, where are the elves?
The elves are at the North Pole. They're keeping, I'm in touch. I'm in constant contact with Bernard, and he's my head guy while I'm gone, while we're on vacation. He keeps everybody, they're kind of enjoying a little bit of a respite after all the hard work that they've done. And we're going to start ramping things up starting in June, start productions and, start getting things ready for all the kids. And, and then the steam comes on. We go into full steam because the letters, they start coming October, November, and then we start, detailing it out from there.
That's amazing, Santa. Again, Santa, thank you so much for being
thank you.
This talk. It's a great pleasure and honor and a privilege to interview you, and for you taking the time out of your busy day just to talk to me. And it's been a great privilege. Nevertheless, you taught us so much, regardless of the gifts of giving, regardless of the gift of understanding and the knowledge and wisdom to give back and receive. It's been a great privilege, Santa, and thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you, Alpha. And I tell you, it's so much fun. You are a superb individual. You are superfluous in all that you do there. I mean, with this podcast and all that you're doing, you're going to make you're making waves, which is good. And it's just a matter of people jumping on those surfboards and catching those waves.
That's true. That's true. Any last words for any person or any advice you have for the next generation or any kid?
The only thing.
Take it away, please.
Okay. Well, kids, listen. You have that light within you, so keep it shining. Keep shining. Keep shining. Just shine.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Santa. Thank you. Appreciate it. And this is a wrap.
Thank you.
Business Talk. My name is Alpha Freeman, and it's a warm pleasure and honor to have Santa with me today. Santa, we'll see you in December. Thank you so much. You can stop by
Thank
anytime.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome anytime.
All right. And don't forget, it's not just at Christmas time to come and visit me. My links, well, Alpha will have some links for you to reach out to me, and we'll go from there.
Definitely. I'll make sure to have all the links on the drop down below, all the books we talked about today, all the charity organizations, and everything that's needed throughout this whole conversations, and all the voiceover that Santa has done and the work that Santa is currently working on. I'll have all this following information on the drop down below. Please feel free to like, comment, share. It's been a great honor and privilege in being today in Next Generation Business Talk. And I'll talk to you guys soon. And again, thank you and have a wonderful rest of the day, evening, wherever you're at this world. Stay blessed.
And keep shining, everyone.